Hi everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Jolima, and in this video I want to talk about my top 10 most complimented fragrances of 2021. Now, usually this is a topic that I approach by the end of the year. Last year, I didn't talk about any most complimented fragrances because, well, I would be lying. I didn't receive that amount of good feedback because, well, last year was horrible, and it's not that I was hanging around with people last year. This year was a bit different, a bit better, still not great, but better enough to receive good feedback, and that's why I am uploading this video in the first place. And of course, the comments that I receive, it's just from people that I know, my friends, family, colleagues, my girlfriend. So, it's just people that I know and people that know me. So, that being said, 5 designer fragrances and 5 niche, and quite a few surprises actually. And it won't be in a specific order, and also I will not mention like designers and niche. I will just be talking about the fragrances that I received the most good feedback. And so the first one was actually from the house of Chanel, and this isn't a surprise entirely, but in the last years I received good feedback with Allure Homme Edition Blanche, always. But actually this year I received more good feedback while wearing Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. Now this is for me the best blue fragrance out there. If you want a blue fragrance and you just need one blue fragrance, Bleu de Chanel, and this is the Eau de Parfum. I love the bottle presentation. It's very masculine and it's very clean and chic. And this has grapefruit. It has so good. It has this ambroxan-like style, and it's just a masculine, clean, citrusy, slightly aquatic fragrance. Has this amber woods in the base, and it's just the best blue scent out there. Much better than Sauvage, and this is my favorite concentration. Better than the Eau de Toilette, better than the Parfum, because it's the most balanced concentration of the three, and very long lasting. I don't have any issues with performance whatsoever. Yeah, I was a bit surprised because this was never mentioned before in the most complimented list that I upload. So it was a surprise in that matter. But other than that, this is a mass appealing scent. If you want to receive compliments or good feedback, or if you just want to smell nice, this is definitely the one for you. Very versatile, masculine, great performance. It has everything that you want in a fragrance. So I think this is that type of scent that it's your Swiss Army knife type of scent. So I think it's the best fragrance, blue fragrance, best fragrance in this category, best concentration. It's Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. It's amazing. In the niche category, I received great feedback, but this was from my colleagues actually, and it's from Profumum Roma. It's Patchouly. Patchouly, yes. I never expected to receive good feedback with Patchouly, but I absolutely love Patchouly. I already talked about my favorite Patchouly fragrances. This is my favorite Patchouly scent through and through. This is all about this chocolatey, earthy, cakey patchouli with resins. It's a full-on patchouli. It's thick, it's dense, it's a bit loud. Oh man, I love this so much. And it has a natural smelling impression, a very long lasting. It's a Profumum Roma scent, so of course the quality, it's here. And the scent trail, the scent cloud that it leaves, it's amazing. So maybe it's why I received good feedback while wearing Patchouly from Profumum Roma. Yeah, it was a surprise. This was definitely a surprise, but well, I'm happy. because this is the best patchouli scent that you can buy. Now, in the designer side of things, it's from the house of Dior, and it is Dior Homme Intense. Dior Homme Intense is incredible. My girlfriend loves this fragrance. This is all about iris, cacao, suede. It has this makeup-y iris. I mean, I love this. And again, I already said this before. I already did a review of this one. And I already talked about iris fragrances. I mean, I love iris. Iris is one of my all-time favorite notes. Dior Homme Intense, actually, this version specifically, it's my favorite. Because previously I was not a big fan of Dior Homme Intense. I was not a fan at all because it was too makeup-y and too sweet for me. This one is definitely more balanced, more rounded. It's perfect. It's perfect the way it is. And it's very sexy, it's very seductive. It has some bread seed in here, so it gives a sensual nuance. It's musky. So I really do love Dior Homme Intense. Glad to receive good feedback, of course. I mean, just a side note, compliments, it's not the main thing that you should focus on while wearing a fragrance. You should always wear a fragrance for yourself and to feel good with yourself. That aside, of course, it's always good to receive compliments. It's like the cherry on top, but it's not the main thing that you should focus on. With that being said, Dior Homme Intense is incredible, it's very seductive, and it's very well known in the fragrance community, and I highly advise you to check this fragrance out. Although it's very well known in the fragrance community, that doesn't, I mean, I'm not saying that it's the most well-known fragrance, the most used fragrance out there between regular folks, you know, people that just don't care about fragrances. I'm not saying that this is, you know, the most sold, the most well-known fragrance out of the fragrance community, because I feel that you will smell very unique if you will wear Dior Homme Intense. Not everyone, all I'm saying is, I think not everyone knows this one, nor not everyone will wear Dior Homme Intense. So I think it's a fragrance that you should definitely try, and if you want to feel sexy, it's so good, so good. It's Dior Homme Intense. Now in the niche side of things, it's from the house of Ramon Monegal, another love from my girlfriend actually, and I love this one. This was low at first sniff. I already did a review, Ramon Monegal, and it is Faisa. Beautiful bottle presentation right here. Faisa, and it's so powerful. This is one of my most long-lasting, most powerful fragrances that I have in my collection in terms of performance. It's so intense. Wow, it's so intense. This, it's all about mimosa, saffron, raspberry, rose, oud, amber, vanilla, tonka bean, you name it. This has so many notes listed, but the most, I mean, prominent notes here are definitely the saffron, the raspberry, the mimosa, the rose, the oud. I mean, it's more in the dry down, and it's not that intense and definitely not fecal. It's more resinous, more like resinous dark woods, followed by sweet vanilla and tonka bean. This fragrance is magical. I love this very unique blend here. It's sweet. You need to have a sweet tooth to appreciate this one. It's very intense. You also have jasmine in here. So it's floral, it's fruity, it's sweet. Wow, this has so many things going on in here, and it's to die for. Actually, this really smells like the color of the bottle. It's really like, it has this yellow color feel, if that makes sense, and it's so joyful. I really love this one. It's simply to die for. If you want a unique, sweet, floral, and still, this is very unisex, so don't just think that this floral sweet, maybe it's too feminine. No, not at all, because this has the woods in here, this has the saffron, that, and even the jasmine to balance the sweetness and the more sweet rose notes. So I think this is very unisex, it's unique, and if you want to, well, smell good and in the end to receive some good feedback, I think this is definitely a must-have. It's Faisa from Ramon. In the designer side of things, it's from the house of Cartier, and it is Pasha de Cartier Parfum. This fragrance is amazing. Wow, released last year. This is a modernized version of the original Pasha de Cartier. This has the lavender, it has the barbershop nuances, but it's sweet. It has this boozy, honeyed feel. It's very ambery, vanillic, but still retains the barbershop nuances, the old school mature nuances of the original Pasha, but sweet, more sweet, and with this brandy, boozy impression. I love Pasha de Cartier. It's a fragrance that works wonderfully during the colder weather. I think this might be too much during the warm weather, but during the cold weather I think this is where it shines. Great performance, and it's still versatile in terms of occasions. I mean, I wear this in the office. Actually, I wear everything in the office. You just need to be in the mood to wear a specific fragrance. But in general, I think this works in an office scenario or in a more serious scenario. Also in an upscale event. I mean, I think even in a date night, because of the sweetness, I think this will work wonderfully. It's a stunning scent, very unique also for a designer, very well done. A great scent from the house of Cartier, and no wonder why I received good feedback actually, because of its sweetness, because of its uniqueness. It still has the lavender, still has the fresh barbershop nuances, but adding more oriental heavy accords. I love this. It's Pasha de Cartier Parfum, a scent that you definitely need to check out. In the niche side of things, it's from the house of Matiere, and it is Falcon leather. Now this was another surprise because I was not expecting to receive good feedback, because after all, this is spicy, it's leathery, it's sweet, resinous. It might be too much for common noses, or at least people that are not used to smell this type of scents. But no, actually I always received great feedback while wearing Falcon leather. Who knew? Falcon leather, again, it has spices, it's peppery, it has saffron if I'm not mistaken, but let me see if this has saffron or not. No, I think it doesn't have saffron, but it's definitely peppery. It has incense, it has labdanum, it has birch tar. So this is smoky, it's incensey a bit, more smoky, sweet, resinous leather. It's amazing. I love this one. Another fragrance that it was completely trashed by Eugene and Rich Mitch. Rich Mitch. Yeah, buddy. But I love this still, and again, great feedback. This has great performance, and again, it's a fragrance that, although it's sweet and it's leathery and it's smoky, I mean, it's still a fragrance that people actually do enjoy while I wear it. This creates a nice sillage, and it's, for me, I feel that this is a quite sexy masculine scent. Now this is not like a full-on leather, and even this doesn't have like a leather accord listed as an official note. It's more like the blend of the notes that create this leather impression. But I love the sweetness in here. I love the labdanum with the birch tar. with spices. I really love how this fragrance is. It was conceived. I really love this fragrance. One of my favorites from this house, definitely, it's Falcon leather, and it's a fragrance that actually I'm very glad to know that, well, you can receive good feedback. Quite sexy actually, and it's great leather. If you want to dive into leathers, I think this is a fantastic starter. It has a mass appealing effect, at least on me. Again, Falcon leather from Matiere. In the designer side of things, it's from the house of Viktor and Rolf. No surprises here. It is Spicebomb Extreme. Spicebomb Extreme, it's that type of scent that I think it will not miss. If you are surrounded by people, you want to stand out in a crowd, if you will wear this, I mean, you will definitely receive good feedback. And when I say good feedback, and when I'm referring to good feedback while I'm talking about these fragrances, it's more like, you smell nice, your fragrance is amazing, what are you wearing? It's not like, oh my god, I want to wear that, what are you wearing, give me your number. No, it's not that. It's more like regular comments. Your fragrance smells nice, you smell amazing, you smell nice, what fragrance are you wearing? So it's more of this type of good feedback, this type of comments that I receive usually. And this one, that happens. Cinnamon, tobacco, vanilla, tonka bean. I mean, you can't go wrong with Spicebomb Extreme. Great performance. It has that tobacco vanilla-ish impression, but still does his own thing. It's quite sensual. Actually, I do like this one. It's very well known in the fragrance community, and it's that type of scent that if I want to wear something sweet, I will wear this one. It's Spicebomb Extreme. In the niche side of things, it's from the house of Baruti, and this one actually I was impressed. I was surprised. I was not expecting to receive good feedback, but I did, and it is Dama Koupa. First of all, this is an indie brand from Netherlands, and Dama Koupa is all about iris with cacao, coffee, with everything. This has so many notes listed in here. This fragrance, it's magical. It's actually my favorite iris. Well, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen my iris top 10 favorite iris, well, you already know what it's my favorite, but I'm listed still other 9 iris fragrances that you should definitely check out. But Dama Koupa, the most realistic iris that I smelled. Thick, butchery. It has like an earthiness in here as well, and it's just to die for. If you like Dior Homme, if you like the Dior Homme line, this is the next step. It's so intense, so powerful, but still so edible. The cacao with the coffee, with the vanilla, oh wow, it's magic. It's magic. It's like iris, this natural smelling iris or orris root with gourmand qualities. Oh wow, it's to die for. It's not sweet, not overly sweet, not at all. When I say gourmand, it's like the vanilla with the tonka bean, with the coffee, with the cacao, but this isn't that sweet, but still has gourmand qualities nonetheless. Dama Koupa, it's so edible, so delicious, still not overly sweet, and it's so sensual. It's a stunning scent, the most natural smelling iris that I came across. It's intense. This is an extrait de parfum. You just need a couple of sprays actually. This is powerful. And if you like iris, you need to have this one. It's Dama Koupa from Baruti. The last designer scent here, it's from the house of Dolce & Gabbana, and it is the one Mysterious Night. This is a fragrance that actually also surprised me a bit, because this is not your typical scent DNA, especially when you're talking about the one DNA, because this has rose and saffron like to the max. So I was not expecting to receive good feedback, although I'm not expecting to receive good feedback, but especially not with this one. This is my favorite, the one. I already did a review of this. This again, saffron, rose, oud, I mean, touch. I will not even call it oud. I would call it more dark woods. And it has the amber, it has a tobacco, it has the one DNA, but more complex. More, I would say, niche like. So I love this one. Of course, this is a bit hard to find. It's not readily available, but if you can find it, pick up a bottle, because I think it's completely worth it. You will smell unique, you will smell amazing, you will smell sensual, you'll feel sensual, you will feel seductive, and it's a stunning scent here. Of course, the rose. Oh, okay, you gotta love rose, because rose here, it's there. Rose and saffron actually are very prominent. You need to appreciate these notes, and if you do, I think you can blind buy this one. I think it's safe to say that. Don't go crazy on the price tag. I bought this for 50 euros. I was lucky, great deal, but don't go crazy. I think it's not worth over 100 euros. So with that being said, if you find a good deal, pick up a bottle, because it's amazing. It's completely worth it. Great performance again, at least on my skin. It's a stunning scent. It's the one, Mysterious Night. And last, but definitely not least, this fragrance, actually, every time I talk about most complimented fragrances, this is a scent that it's always featured, always in that topic. And in this video specifically, it's also no surprise, it's not an exception. It's from the house of Rosendo Mateu, or Rosendo Mateu. Actually, I don't recall how you pronounce Mateu, maybe it's Mateu. And it is number 5. You can see how much I already wore this. Another fragrance that my girlfriend absolutely loves. This fragrance, now this is a type of scent here, I will be honest, it's a type of fragrance that if I want to be noticed, I will wear this one. It's so good. It's so good. This is amber with jasmine and musk. A winner combination. I absolutely love this one. It's already fireworks over there, so don't get scared. But number 5, it's so damn sensual, so damn sexy. It's sweet, yes, you need to have a sweet tooth to appreciate this one. The amber here, it's sweet. It's not your typical amber, it's not your typical gooey, resinous, thick amber. No, it's more like a candied sweet amber, if that makes sense, with jasmine and white florals to balance the sweetness, and musk. Oh man, this is to die for. And the musk here has like a furriness, actually. It's amazing. I absolutely love this scent. It's my favorite from the line from Rosendo Mateu. It's number 5. I already did a review of this one, and I love the bottle presentation. I want to smell 7, which is their latest release. I like 6 and 1 as well, but this is my favorite. It's number 5, and it's one of my most complimented fragrances ever. It's number 5 from Rosendo Mateu. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. These were my most complimented fragrances of 2021 by far, and that's why, and I didn't do any specific order. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below what was your most complimented fragrances of this year, and I see you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.